It's me, Weston.
Hey, Marcelo.
And welcome to Trash Talk.
Episode 54. That's right. I totally remember what episode number this is. Today is a pretty okay day. Except for the fact that it's my birthday. Yay! During this time. So, the time you're watching this. So, yeah. Also, Chase's birthday was a while back. We didn't get to celebrate his on camera because we didn't have an episode that went up on his birthday. It didn't fall on a Monday. Yeah, I got him a shirt, so it was all good. A Zelda themed shirt. And then we had Jerry's. I think I tweeted about that, or I put it on Facebook or something. So we went and had Korean barbecue. That was really cool.
Yay.
So yeah, and I saw Warcraft of all movies. So
I didn't.
Destination Mark. I did a film review on Warcraft. Yeah, so I wanted to do a really cool game for this special birthday review, and that is a really awesome game, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
And this is the third game in the series because I haven't played all of the second game, Risky's Revenge, and I don't even own the first one on digital because it's really hard actually to get the first Shantae on the original Game Boy, the physical little cartridge, because it's like a rare game because they didn't put out a whole lot of them.
Yeah, they didn't mass
produce. It's really fucking expensive. So yeah, but this one very affordable. Got it about a good year or so ago. Really fun game. Really awesome game. So summary time. Yeah. So the game came out again, like the other games like Limbo and like Meat Boy that we've gone over in the past. This game had a lot of releases. I'm not going to say all of them, but the very first release was for the 3DS on October 23rd, 2014. And the thing with Shantae was made by WayForward, and they... Where's I going to go with this? Oh shit, where's I going to go with this? I don't even... My train of thought just left me. WayForward. They primarily do... That's what I was going to say. They primarily...
do handheld games.
Yeah, well, they released Shantae on handheld primarily.
Yeah.
Because Shantae can only be found... Well, it was at first only found on the DSi, actually.
Yeah.
And then I think later the 3DS for Risky's Revenge, and I believe the first one as well. So Shantae came out first, Pirate's Curse came out first on the 3DS, October 24th, 2014. And then its latest release was on the PS4
on April 19th of this year.
Yeah. So a lot of platforms that it came out on.
And that's the platform I've been playing mostly on the PS4.
Yeah. How good are the graphics? I guess we'll get there when we get there to aesthetics. Yeah. Don't say it just yet. Okay, sorry. Let's go on with the story. So what do you remember from the story? I want to hear your perspective first.
Alright, so the story is, things are pretty normal in the town of...
Scuttletown.
Scuttletown, yeah. On Scuttletown, in Scuttletown, everything's normal. Then this invading force called the Armonians. The Are the Ammonians?
I have to see it written out. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I think it's the Ammonians. They come in and pretty much you fight the Baron and all that stuff. You fight
Baron.
The Ammo Baron, yeah. And then it turns out the mayor sold the town to them.
Yeah. The mayor's so gullible. He looks like Toad.
Yeah.
From Mario Brothers.
He's a dumbass.
Yeah, he's just a glutton for the most part.
Yeah. So basically, he sold the town for food.
Yeah, I'll just do impression like, oh shit, I love to eat. Oh, my fucking town's in peril. I don't care. Or he does, but he can't do anything about it. They sent Shantae to go do it.
So yeah, but then Shantae technically gets in trouble because apparently it was in his legal action to destroy the town. Yeah. Basically, since he owns this town now.
The first power-up, or the first little item you get is the court summons. Da-da-da. I thought that was really funny.
And then so they threatened to cut off her hair.
Yeah.
And then
they don't.
Yeah, they don't because
they find a loophole around it, and they pretty much just escape the place.
Yeah, because the princess or the empress of the town of the island is not there, so legally they can't do shit until she's back. Well, anyway, so now she's pretty much stuck with this court summons, and then she just goes and takes a bath, and then she remembers, wait, when did I get a bath? Turns out it's a trap from Risky Boots.
Yep.
Boots because
dastardly pirate.
That dastardly pirate. Well, anyway, it turns out that her crew has been turning into. She wants to find her crew, and her crew's been turning into these cackle bats.
Yeah, they're initially called Tinker Bats, but they've been transformed into cackle bats, which are very bat-like, gross,
evil monsters.
Yeah, kind of like mutants in a way. They still retain their like original form, but they just look a little different.
Yeah,
more menacing.
They look more monstrous.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's been finding that, so now you have to work with Risky Boots to find out what happened to her crew, and then it turns out that the old pirate lord, I don't think I know his name.
He's just the pirate master.
Yeah, the pirate master. Turns out he's trying to come back because of what Risky Boots did in the second game.
I believe it's, or at least in the past. I think it's more just a past thing. Because again, I haven't played all of, or very much, actually much of, Risky's Revenge. And here's the thing about the third game. It's a continuing story from the second game, sort of. Because you still understood what was going on.
Yeah.
You got the gist. The only things they ever bring up from the second game are that Shantae lost her genie. She's a half genie. She's not a full. And that's the thing that can happen. You can be a full genie, which are like the ancient beings of times past. And then she's a half genie, so she can't grant wishes, but she's trying to. It's like a status, kind of like a businessy, almost kind of comedic thing, where she has to kind of like gain more experience, get more knowledge as like a warrior or whatever to become a full genie and such. So she's a half genie, but she loses those genie powers in the second game, so she's just a normal human at this point. So where did her magic go? That's a question that gets answered near the end of the game, so I'm not going to say it here because he hasn't gotten there yet. But that's like the only thing you would have to know from the second game in order to get the full gist of the story that's going on here. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to follow.
So now they're on a quest to stop the pirate master. Master. I don't know why I'm having problems. Master.
Flubber.
I don't know.
You mother flubber. So yeah.
Well, anyway, so now they have to stop the pirate master. But from there's a few islands that they go to, but for every island they go to before they stop a source of evil, to stop him from rising back from the grave, they get into little hijinks like like one sort of hijink is you have to help Paratops get back to her cabin because she broke her leg, which is which is annoying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say. And then another sort of hijinks is when you go to Twilight Island, you find out the door combination, and then you get mistaken for the princess.
Yeah.
And then you have to do a stealth section in which is also really annoying as shit. I'm just gonna say.
I didn't find it too hard, but you start texting me because you ain't having a particularly good day that day.
Yeah, I wasn't having
fuck this shit. Stupid ass stealth mission. The main hijinks, all kinds of crazy, weird, funny shit happens. Like Emma Baron does eventually start slowly taking over Scuttletown, and you see there's more militia and more military-esque things happening around there. The more you progress through the game, and then you keep going back, returning to Scuttletown. There's a guy there named Joe. His soul gets sucked out of his body. You have to go find it, and then even the more smaller things, like those are main storyline things. Then there's the other things to where the more kind of off to the side, like the off to the side things do kind of come back later as like a kind of important thing you need to do. Like, have you run into Brandon yet? You know that guy is in Scuttletown?
Brandon.
He's the guy with like the Cyclops eye and he has like blue hair or something.
Oh
like
that. Yeah.
That guy. Have you done his thing yet?
I have not been able to.
He needs a sword. You have to go get his sword from, I'll just say it now, from Tanline Island.
Thailand, yeah, I know that. I just don't know where to find that.
The rest of it is glorious. It is great. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's really funny. So there's that. There's a lot of funny things that happen, but the main story is that Risky and Shantae team up to go and kick the Pirate Master's ass before he can even return, and retrieve back all of Risky's items, which you can use in the game, which we'll get into the next one for gameplay, and return all her cacklebats to normal. But yeah, so gameplay.
So gameplay, basically, your main weapon is your hair. So you just pretty much
squish
your hair, and then you get some items like you get shampoo to strengthen your hair and how much damage it does, and then conditioner which speeds up how many hits you can do.
Have you maxed all that out yet?
I have not.
You can go pretty crazy fast with all that stuff when you max them out.
I think I maxed out the shampoo, not the conditioner yet. I need one more.
Okay. So first and foremost, this is a 2D side-scroller game, and that's why I got really into it. But Shantae, as a whole, kind of also has this kind of RPG-style thing to where, you don't have to. Now, this is what's cool about it. You don't have to talk to anyone and get necessary items like that, like potions and whatever, because potions and stuff are in the game. But you go to a little shop in Scuttletown whenever you feel you need it. I went to the whole game without. You can get like pipe balls, which can help you. They circle around you, and you can do more damage that way.
Yeah, and then there's also the super spike ball variant in which they do more damage.
Monster milk, which strengthens your attack.
I actually monster milk for one of the bosses in the game.
Yeah, here and there I'll use them, but I've actually done a playthrough where I went through the entire game without using much of that, and it's still doable, which means that stuff is completely optional. I like that. That's really cool. It's there for you if you want it or need it if you feel you need it.
Yeah.
It's never forced. They never force you to take it.
Yeah, this is actually kind of an interesting thing that that one video that I actually watched talks about how you could set up. This is how gameplay difficulty should be handled. Instead of having an easy, normal, and hard setting, it's all dictated by how you play the game. Do you use items? Then if you use items to make things easier for you, you're technically playing it the easy way.
Yeah.
Instead of the hard, challenging way, in which case, some people will do like without that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, without even upgrading one.
Is there a difficulty one? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've actually played Pirates Curse, but when you were playing it, did you choose a difficulty or there was no difficulty?
I don't think there was any difficulty.
Okay.
I don't think there was.
Sounds about right. I don't remember. But
I don't think there was any difficulty.
Like setting before you started the game?
Yeah. I think it just started in the game.
Okay. Yeah.
So, again, I feel like that's a more intriguing and more involved way of adding introducing difficulty into the game. Is just how you approach it.
Yeah.
Instead of just picking an arbitrary, easy, hard, or whatever.
Yeah. Wait 1 moment. Okay, yeah, the camera needed to be charged. But
sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. So basically, fun gameplay. One thing I want to say, one of the major things. Ooh, hold on. I was running around trying to get the charger, so I'm a little out of breath. The cool thing about the gameplay for this installment in the Shantae series is that the main theme of Shantae from way back when she first started in the original Game Boy game is that she can belly dance and turn into different animals. Not in this game, because that was where her genie powers came from. That was the extent of her genie powers for the last 2 games. In this one, since her powers were taken, she has to resort to using Risky's items.
Items such as Risky's boots, Risky's saber, and Risky's gun, and then Risky's hat. And they all have different functions. Risky's gun.
Sword.
The scimitar allows you to kind of get to areas. Yeah.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Well, it allows you to go through like certain blocks to go down.
Yeah, almost like Link from Zelda.
Yeah.
Like that. There's that, and the other function it has, which you just got recently, you told me, was the dash attacks you can do. So when you're doing your normal little run, she'll blink for like a brief minute, and in that moment you can hit whatever button you need to hit, and she'll just boom, she'll take off and she'll dash.
Yeah.
With it thrusting forward, and you can smash blocks and other enemies and get through stuff really fast. And then the cool thing about doing that kind of thing is you can combine. You can do different abilities one after the other with her items, with Rivka's items. So if you have almost everything already, by the time you get all the items, you can combine them into like. Oh, you can zip around the maps really fast and go through each screen very quickly if there's no enemies in your way. You can use the dash scimitar to dash your way through, gain enough speed and momentum. And sometimes you need to actually do this to get to certain points to get some of the other items such as, or the required little things such as the cackle bats and even the little squid guys, which I like to call them squishies, because that's my little nickname for them because they're so cute and squishy. The little heart squids, and you can get those, give them to the blacksmith girl at Scuttletown, and you get more hearts for your meter.
Yeah, the way you get them too is she puts them all like in a little stack, and then she smashes them.
Yeah, she crushes them down. She even goes, "I'll crush them down to make more healthy." So there you go. Her little dialogue box is funny. So yeah, you can combine these powers, these abilities, so you can dash, gain momentum, jump in the air, use her hat, which gets you more. It's like a
gives you more
flutter. Yeah. Gives you more like distance and
gives more distance and as well as air time.
Yeah, drop down a little slower. Yeah, so you can get so you dash, you jump up, use the hat, you can glide really far, and even before you do that, you get the cannon. I don't think you have the cannon yet. Right?
I don't think so.
Okay, no. The cannon gives you like a quadruple jump. You can do 3 of them, so you can go jump, bam, 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 and you can go up higher and higher. So using all of that wisely in certain areas to get to certain places, even in one of the future islands that you'll be getting to, you need to do this. Where you'll dash, you'll jump, you'll do all that. You can use your cannons to gain more momentum and keep going, and then use the hat to keep. You can gain crazy speed. It's really cool. So it makes it really fun to use everything like that in unison.
Yeah.
But I really prefer this. I haven't gotten anywhere in Brisky's Revenge yet, so that tells you where I am in the game. Way still in the beginning. I haven't really experienced using Shantae's transformations in the other games, or at least in Brisky's Revenge. So I don't know how that exactly fits. I know that you have to stop everything you're doing to make her do her little belly dancing thing, and then she'll transform.
Yeah.
Now in the game coming out soon, Half Genie Hero, it is a lot faster from what I've seen in the trailers and such, in the gameplay videos, but still you have to stop everything you're doing and do the transformation, whereas here you can just whip out whatever item you need to use.
Yeah, and it's very fluid.
It's really good. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's why it's this game's called the black sheep of the series, because you have to use these abilities and not your normal Shantae transformation abilities, but I like this method actually. Yeah. It's really cool.
And then the level design is pretty maze-like and labyrinthian in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Especially the dungeons.
Yeah, the dungeons, yeah. In which they require you taking a lot of thought. And then again, you can collect these heart squishies, and then you can also find Risky's crew, the Cacklebats, and then you get dark magic from them. Now, the point of this dark magic is to help you get the true ending of the game. So in order to get the true ending, you have to find all 20 Cacklebats and then absorb their dark magic.
Yeah, because you can just face the Pirate Master. We're not going to spoil how all of that goes, but the one thing I will say is that you can defeat the Pirate Master no problem without any of the Cacklebats, but you will have to have gotten all of them to get the real ending of the resolution and all of that, of everything that's going on. Because if you defeat them without all of the Cacklebats, then they'll just get the standard "we did it" kind of ending. But to get full closure of what's been going on, and I guess to even possibly set up Half Genie Hero, because we don't know what the story for that game is yet, you need all the Cacklebats to get the real ending. But yeah, so moving on to aesthetics and all that, it's very much, how would you describe it? Because I'm not good with fucking geography. Where would you say? This Arabian? Kind of? Aladdin-esque?
It has like an Aladdin-esque feel.
That's kind of where that's the feel they're trying to go for. I mean, it's genies and it's genies, Aladdin, yeah, it's Arabian. That's pretty much what we're going for here.
Yeah.
So it has the music reflects that too. We'll get to that later, but the music reflects it. The look, when you're in Scuttletown, that's very much the feel that you get from that.
Yeah.
So how did you like the aesthetics?
I really liked the aesthetics. It was very cartoony, but very also kind of cute, like looking characters and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I like what was one character I really like? I guess I kind of like Sky's design. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I really liked her. Her design was nice overall. Mm-hmm. I really like that shade of blue that they used for her design. And then
what else? Aesthetics.
The aesthetics,
for like every island that you go to, like obviously they all have themes. Where's I gonna go with this? I had a thought. Again.
They all have their own kind of themes with how the islands are. Like with the one island where you go,
they're all
Tanline Island, it has a very like the wolf deserty feel, but except for like the inhabitants of that island, they wear like they wear like wolf skin and all that stuff, which I kind of felt like it was kind of weird.
It's funky, yeah.
Like it was kind of funky, and then their princesses are dressed up like Princess Leia in the third Star Wars movie in Episode 6. That's the third movie I'm talking about, not the third one. I'm really peeved that I have to clarify that, but whatever. The sixth movie, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That one. They even kind of make fun when like she's wearing it, and then like all the other four characters like Roddy Tops, Risky,
and Sky, I believe too.
And Sky, yeah, they're all wearing the kind of stuff.
Same exact outfit. And then
they all have their like different colors. Like Risky's wearing it with like a purple kind of like with purple, and then I think Sky has a light blue, and then I think Roddy has like a green or a dark purple. I'm not 100% sure. Sorry about that.
Sorry. But yeah. And then don't say what she looks like, but the actual princess, her design is great. It would ruin it if we said what she looked like, what she actually looked like.
Oh yeah, no.
How they could have gotten mistaken for her is beyond me, but it's hilarious. Just play it for yourselves to see what she looks like.
Oh man.
Again, crazy situations, but the aesthetics. What I was going to say earlier, one thing I wanted to bring up was they're all called islands, like Tan Line Island, Saliva Island. But that's really the name of it, Saliva Island.
Well, you'll know why it's called Saliva Island when you go to the island.
But some of them don't even look like islands. Like Tan Line Island is a desert, and Mudbog Island is like this darker, brooding, goopy-looking place
with a whole bunch of dead creatures.
Yeah,
and creatures made out of black slime.
Yeah. So that one actually is like one of the most toughest to navigate. There's an abundance of enemies wherever you go, but Mudbog is like, it's unanimously said it's like one of the worst ones just to navigate. There's so many enemies that pop up and try to kill you. It's insane. But I think that's where, not only is the difficulty kick up right there, but you'd want to use some items there too. That's where I found I've used the most items. Whenever I would use them would be just trying to navigate Mudbog Island.
Yeah.
One of my favorite place is Tan Line Island for the music, for the aesthetics. It's really cool. And one thing I do want to say, well, I also that for music actually. But the aesthetics are really cool. They all go for their different feel, but they all feel really cool, and it's all fluid. When you go from the above world to the underground dungeons, it still fits, aesthetically and all that. So I like them a lot. But,
definitely.
Soundtrack. Okay. So let me just, I guess, talk a little bit longer. To go continue off that, Jake Kaufman is fucking awesome. He makes really good music for this game. And I've said this before, so again, in Destination Mark, just go on my channel for that. It was my very first my second top 5 I ever made on the channel. Favorite video game soundtracks. Shantae was like number 3 or something. But what I liked that Jake Kaufman did is he didn't just go for, the snow world, Christmas theme music, or desert, better get the sitars and stuff in there and make it all desert-like. No, it's techno, it's 8-bit, it sounds really amazing, and he doesn't do the formula of the snow level has to sound all snowy, the desert has to sound all like that. It just has its own sound, its own feel, but it works, and it's memorable.
Yeah, it works. So like with Mudbog Island, for example, it's like the music there is like really... It's gloomy, it's depressing. It fits, yeah. There's a lot of dead creatures, and again, those slime monsters that do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah.
It's gloomy, you're gonna have a bad time here.
It shows that, shit's kicking up, keep on your toes. And then when you go into the crystal cave part of it, it kicks up again, and it's just like, and just goes, and it's really upbeat, it's really cool. Sorry, bad impression. But it sounds really good. Trust us. Listen to the soundtrack. Look up the soundtrack. What would be your favorite tune?
My favorite tune is probably from the third island, where you meet Ronnie Cops and her brothers.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the island's name.
I'm trying to remember it too. It's Spider or something. Island.
Spiderweb Island. That's what it is. Yeah, because that's where you fight the Spiderweb boss.
Okay.
And so...
trying to remember.
Yeah, that island had a pretty cool theme.
That was much more like the Halloween zombie theme, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Zombies everywhere, so... yeah, that was really cool. Mine would be Tan Line Island. It's really catchy, it's really memorable. I think it's really cool. And it fits the desert theme well, even though it doesn't sound like a deserty theme.
Oh, yeah.
But it fits the theme well. So.
Yeah, just like those island inhabitants.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't really match, but it kind of matches. I mean, I guess.
You could just...
So, okay. The biggest thing here is in fact characters. Because time and time again, and I've brought it up too on the channel, and we're not going to talk about it, but I'm just going to do it for a brief comparison. People always talk about Shantae's character design, and the design in general, from the artwork to the sprite work and all that. The sprite work isn't that bad. Mainly the artwork, which does appear when the characters are talking in the game, and then if you just looked up artwork, you'll see why people are thinking, oh, it's too promiscuous, it's too, oh, I don't like it. Like, really? First off, she's like 15, so ew, anyway. Also, unless you're that age, also, it's all in good fun. They poke fun at it. Hold on.
Damn you, FedEx.
Her herself, Shantae, even pokes fun at her own design at one point. I don't remember what she says, but it is a little jab at the fact that, not anatomy-wise, but just costume-wise. But I think it's harmless, and it makes them more memorable, actually. Not because they have whatever features they have, or however they're drawn, but they have fun with the designs and such.
Yeah, like, you could say, like, oh, well, the designs are too showy and promiscuous and too sexual.
First off, she's a genie. She's a half genie. She's a genie. They dress like that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the character design.
No one fucking...
It's still cartoony, so...
No one did anything about Jasmine's fucking design in Aladdin, so I mean... They dress like that. Get over it, you know?
Well, they dress like that in, well, how they sourced it. Maybe they don't actually dress like that, but who cares? It's all in good fun.
But there are ballet dancers in real life that dress like that, so I mean... If they do that in real life, and they're trying to show it off in this more cartoonish, silly way here, it's all in good fun. Again, they themselves, the creators poke fun at it, they make the characters poke fun at it.
Yeah, especially when they're dressed up like Princess Leia from the 6th movie.
Yeah. No, that's like one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
You think Shantae doesn't wear a whole lot in her regular costume, and that outfit, it's even more like people would find...
Fucking phone.
People would think it would be jarring, but again, it's all in good fun because there's actually a comedic, there's a punchline to it, as it were.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. When they do these things, there's a punchline, and they use, as it were, and they usually make it really, it's really funny, so it has a payoff for the way these characters are designed. And it's not even just the girl characters, the guy characters too, like Brandon. Again, I'm not gonna say how he is, but it's great. It's really funny. There's a punchline to it. He is one of the more, what's the word? Flamboyant characters.
Yeah.
But there's a punchline to it, and it's great. And it's actually a pop culture, well, not a pop culture reference, but it's a reference to something else. And it's great. You'll immediately get it when you see it if you know the original thing.
I know I did.
It's great. So
yeah, I don't have any problem with the character designs. And whatever, they're cute, they're cartoony, whatever.
Yeah, but now let's talk about them themselves as characters, not just the whole controversy behind it. But as characters, like, who did you find the funniest, or who did you get an attachment to?
I like Shantae, alright. I like how she's just like openly optimistic, and then like how Risky is kind of like a comic foil to that, where she's kind of more brooding and all that stuff. And
she's the villain, so she's like, yeah, quiet down, shut up, don't put on my pirate clothes.
Like, are you ready to shove off?
Yeah. Just the part where, did you see the part? Okay, to go a little bit more on that train. Do you remember just the part where she first tries on her stuff, and then she's like, oh, it's a bit roomy in here. So they're poking fun at her anatomy, but it's great. There's always a punchline to it.
Yeah, and then even when she's wearing the princess outfit, she hates it.
Yeah.
And then like Ronnie Tops, she's kind of more airheaded, so she likes it.
Yeah, she's super just like oblivious to everything. Ronnie Tops. She just wants to have fun. She's not like a zombie, and she does have some what could be classified, if they went that route with her, classified as some villainous kind of I want to eat brains and I want whatever. And they'll bring that up. They bring it up, actually, this is one of the times where they bring it up not that often. I think they bring it up in the other games, the past 2 games, more often. That she wants to eat brains and whatnot, she's a zombie. But that's not always, that's not her. That's not her sole personality traits.
Yeah.
She just wants to have fun and just be dopey and just do everything.
Yeah. Well.
So she's oblivious to like shit like when they mistake them all for the princess.
Princess, yeah, like Risky especially.
She doesn't like it.
She wants to find out who put them there in that situation. She wants to deck them.
Yeah. And Sky, I don't remember how she reacts. She's like, yeah, I just want to go home. I don't care about this. And Riot Tops was like, whatever. So, yeah, Riot Tops is probably one of my favorite characters. Her and Shantae are really funny. So.
Oh yeah.
Again, they have a lot of jokes and there's a lot of punchlines. Too.
Yeah, and then there's this upper character. He's kind of just like the guy that's like has to, but he's not particularly that great at them. I forgot his name. But like he got hired to build the gate and all that. He did like crap job.
Wasn't that Joe?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Joe. It was the other guy. He had like blue hair. He was kind of skinny dude.
Bolo.
Bolo, yeah.
Yeah. Which be another character, right?
Yeah, Bolo, yeah.
Okay. The one who always talks to Shantae. He's one of her friends. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's funny.
And then he also sees like the.
Or her uncle.
No, yeah, like, yeah.
He's funny.
And then, like, even when, like, he sees, like, when he wants to go on adventures with them, it's like, I was kind of all, like, an all-girl thing anyway, and this is the outfits we were forced to wear. After he sees the outfits, like... he gets kind of just like...
But see, it's always funny. It's always funny. It's never like...
It's played up for more humorous kind of situations than anything, so the characters are all kind of funny in their own way.
If all you see is skin everywhere and that's all you think, then you don't deserve to judge this game, because that's not what it's about.
I like how we're getting political.
I'm serious. No, this situation comes up, and I mentioned it in a Smash Brothers related video on my channel. I'm not going to get into it here because we've talked enough about that damn game. But you know exactly what I'm talking about because we've talked about it before on the phone a couple times. You're like, fuck, don't even bring up those memories, dude. But, where was I gonna go with this? I was gonna say something else. Oh, there was one other example. The two girls that you see on Saliva Island, their whole thing, that was funny. Because they help you uncover like a secret thing that you need, but the way they do it is funny. I don't want to spoil it, but it has to do with them and the way they like are, but it's funny.
Oh yeah.
It's great. So yeah, they're likable. All the characters are likable. There's not any singular character I was like, fuck this guy's a dick, or besides like Ammo Baron who's supposed to be a dick or whatever, but
and then
he has funny shit to say.
Oh yeah, no, he has. And then another boss that comes out to be a boss later on. He's kind of depressed and all that stuff. I won't say who he is. Just
breaks the fourth wall the fucking time.
He breaks the fourth wall all the time, and then like he tries to go out for a vacation and all that stuff. And I want to see girls and like teenage girls and party and stuff. He ends up going to the desert, and it's like, well, this is lame. This vacation is ruined.
Yeah, he's funny. He's a likable character. Yeah, just play the game. It's so good. Verdicts. I guess I'll start. 5 out of 5. Not a perfect 5 out of 5, but it would almost be up there. I don't really have a whole lot of criticisms, but I don't know. It's a 5 out of 5. It's a really, really good game. I don't hold it to one of my most, like, the perfect games like I did with Limbo, but it's a really enjoyable time. If you like that kind of, that kind of humor, and even though they have those kinds of designs, but they do funny shit with them and make jokes around them.
Even if you don't like this, whatever, then
play it for the humor, play it for the gameplay, and the game is fun.
The game is all that fun. And it's kind of sad when I have to talk about designs and why people can't really like it. Whatever, I don't even give a shit about design. Yeah. It's all about creativity and how you want to do stuff. Whatever, as long as you do something fun and interesting and creative with it, which Shantae does very well.
Yeah.
So with all of that stupid shit out of the way, yeah, my verdict is gonna be a 4.5 out of 5. This game is really fun. I really do like the gameplay of it. It's really fun to get a hold of. My only gripe with it were, again, the Roddy Top and then the stealth missions, which did really piss me off at times.
Oh, if you think the Roddy Top segment was really tough and challenging, just wait till you have to trek upwards. Okay, so you remember where that library place was, right?
Yeah.
And then a little bit beyond that, it's either beyond that or it's before that screen. There's a screen where it's just like a tower, and there's like seemingly nothing there.
Okay.
Remember passing that screen?
I think so. Is it where like there's a bunch of Scarecrows?
It's in no. It's in where you go to get the library card from Sky, and then you go to get the map, the first map to the place to Slave Island, and you talk to that old guy that just says, "Oh, we can write this off. You don't have to do anything." Like, right?
Yeah.
Either before or after him, I think it's before him, there's a screen in that building that's just like, you see like a tower-esque thing in the background.
Oh yeah.
But there's nothing there, right? There's nothing there.
Yeah.
You have to go there to get to the Pirate Master because he's up on top of that building. That's where you fight him. The trek going through all that shit, it really tests your platforming skills, your skills with the items. It tests you. It's tough. So,
that's gonna be fun.
You think the ride tops part's hard. That shit.
Yeah.
It's a true test. So.
Yeah, just like it's kind of just more minor annoyances. Like they didn't overall make me hate the game.
Yeah.
They were just kind of mild annoyances. I actually had more of an annoying time with the stealth part because I would always somehow get caught, and then I would always have to start all the way over.
Yeah, it's like fuck.
And I was like, son of a bitch, I hate this. Once I opened that door, it wasn't really that annoying because you have to open a certain door, and it kind of serves as kind of like more of a shortcut. And so, yeah, the game's really fun. I really like the characters and all that stuff. Just those two things really keep it from me completely giving it a 5 out of 5. So it's gonna get a 4.5 out of 5. It's still a really good score. It's still a really fun, fantastic game.
Plus, you have to beat it because I want to hear your thoughts after. I want to hear your thoughts from the Pirate Master and all that stuff. So like, we'll probably cover a little bit more of this in the Arc 6 update video.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For your experience with the final boss and all that stuff. Not only that, but I think we talked about this off screen. I don't think we mentioned this here. Sorry for the dark mark in the background, but you can also, once you beat the game, you can unlock a new game plus, or what it's called in this case, Pirate Mode, which is a more speedrun-ish mode where you can go through the whole game again, but this time already with all of Risky's items on hand. So you can find all the squishies, all the cacklebats, everything way faster if you know where they all are by heart or whatever, and you just find them all. You can go through the entire game way faster. So
definitely.
It's really fun. It's really close to what I'm doing right now. That's the playthrough I'm doing. So it's really cool. You're gonna have a good time if you just try it. Don't mind the whole controversy. I don't think there is like legit true blue controversy around it, but I could see how there could be. But there really is none when you really think about it. So just play for the game, play it, have fun. It's a fun time. Trust us. So yeah. That being said, this was Trash Talk, episode 54. I want to say it's 54. So I want some cake. I want some booze. I'm just playing. No, I don't. But I can now. So, a lot of people do underage stuff. I don't. I can't afford that. My liver is fucked.
I'm Weston.
I'll see you guys later. Take care. See you guys. As Wes just sinks into the nether.